welcome to another edition of Long Car Rides with Jesse. I am your gracious host, Jesse Lynn, and joining me is a special guest, Dorran Yoder.
How's it going?
And we just saw Noah. We went and saw the movie Noah. Film I've been looking forward to ever since I heard it was coming out. And tonight we saw it. Still trying to process it a little bit, yeah, which is, I mean, that's understandable. But it was definitely a very interesting take on the flood story, to say the least. But we're going to talk about it a little bit. So if you have not seen the film yet and you don't want to be spoiled, then please turn this off right now, because we're going to talk about the movie. I'm not going to really skim over it a whole lot. If you have seen it, or you haven't seen it but you don't really care about spoilers, then by all means stay and watch this video and listen to me talk, and him too, which I can't imagine anyone would listen to me talk. But
no one wants to listen to me talk.
But anyway, we're gonna dive right in. So overall opinion of the movie, negatives, positives.
I liked it. It was different than from what I expected when I went into the theater. When I came out of the theater,
yeah,
totally different. Yeah, it was interesting. I don't know. I thought it was very interesting the way that that they portrayed things. I don't know, like the different animals, just different. One thing that really struck to me was that they used creation story, but they also it seemed to me like they melded in a lot of evolution. I was
thinking that there at the end point when they showed that scene,
which I thought was kind of neat. I mean, I always entertained that idea in my head. I'm a creationist, first and foremost. I'll put that out there, and so to me it was an open-minded one.
Yeah,
for the most part.
Yeah.
So it was really cool for me to see kind of some ideas I had about it, kind of in somewhat of a vague way portrayed onto the screen.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just the idea that, maybe some of those evolutionist ideas, would meld with creation ideas. I don't know. That was cool. But, Noah, he is a crazy man. Can't be. That's all I can say about it.
Yeah, he was definitely had the whole serial killer vibe going on there at the end.
Yeah. He was kind of, I don't know, he's kind of freaking me out. Just the way, I can understand his point of view. What he thought he was supposed to do. I mean, in the movie it talks about God giving him a choice. Once that's made clear, kind of, I don't know, I guess it kind of changes my mind a little bit about how he behaved, but still,
Yeah.
If they left the movie how it was portrayed during, I don't know, the middle of the movie, you would leave thinking he was a over-religious
zealot.
Yeah, fanatic. It was crazy. He wasn't on my favorite list. You know who was though?
Oh, Emma Watson.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that was really good. I liked it. It was it was really cool. I liked how they went into the sixth sense, you could say, maybe, or the supernatural aspect of it, somewhat. That was pretty neat to see. Personally, I'm a huge fan of any artistic imagination anybody puts into anything, or almost anything. It's just, I love seeing people's interpretations of things like that. The supernatural and historical takes on just their own versions of it. I love seeing that. That's really cool to me. Yeah, it was great. I liked it overall. Yeah, I'm taking my girlfriend to see it.
Boom.
Yeah. She'll love
Tomorrow.
it. But,
Yeah, I think she'll like it.
Yeah.
I'll pick it apart a little bit more. I liked it. I thought it was really good. It's the biblical story of Noah and the ark. That being said, now there is a lot of artistic, what's the word for it? Artistic licensing, if you will, or
yeah, free will. There was a
lot of stuff put in because in the Bible the story.
liberties.
Yeah, artistic liberties, if you will. The story covers 3 chapters, and it doesn't really go into a whole lot of detail. So you got a lot of filler stuff. Obviously, you're gonna have to have that to make a movie. The way they did it, I thought was pretty sweet. I mean, the Nephilim, the Watchers, they're called the Watchers, which they're going from the Book of Enoch. The Watchers are mentioned very, very briefly in the Book of Genesis, and then they're talked about a lot more in Enoch, which is a book that's not found in the Bible.
Wasn't added because
It wasn't added. Yeah,
they
didn't fit into the canon the Catholic Church was trying to create.
They say it wasn't.
It was just
It wasn't inspired by Jesus. Or God,
yeah. So, but I thought that was neat how they did that. The whole rock monster thing was kind of different. They looked like big rock ants.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was cool they explained their origins.
Yeah,
and they showed you why they're rock. And that to me that's kind of cool. It was kind of funny seeing. I don't know. It was different seeing.
it was very different.
Ants, rock ants.
But yeah, and jumping ahead a little bit, the whole scene with when Tubal Cain's hordes are coming to the Ark, that was like straight out of Two Towers when the orcs and the Ents are fighting there at Isengard.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it looked pretty sweet.
The animation of the movie wasn't the best. I'm sorry, not in my opinion. But it's still really good. I mean,
it wasn't bad. It wasn't
super horrible, but yeah. I mean, if you're gonna see the CGI, you're gonna know it's CGI. I mean, I know we've all seen movies where the CGI is pretty realistic looking, but it's good. It's a great film.
And there is a lot of filler stuff they put in, and a lot of stuff they had to do, for pacing of the story, like Methuselah. I mean, Methuselah is talked about in the Bible, and we know that he existed at the time of Noah, but whether or not he died in the flood, I mean, that's never said. So that's a little bit of artist rendering. The seed, I thought the seed was cool. Methuselah gives Noah a seed from Eden. He plants it, grows a forest, builds the ark. That's not in the Bible either. but still, it was really cool looking.
With the premise of what mankind had grown
so
big,
vast.
It was so big, and it was they were corrupt and evil. They were killing the land.
Yeah.
They were chopping down forests. You see big shots of just forests cut down, just mowed over,
like a wasteland.
Streams dried up. There's countless mines just mined and abandoned because they were run dry. Just destruction.
And then the way the cities were built, I think I had said to you in the theater that when they come upon like where they were mining.
Yeah.
And did you notice how the things, they didn't look like something you would found back in Bible times. No. They were like actual, they were really like streamlined pieces of equipment. Yeah. Because in this, which this actually, I think Aronofsky was going off the ancient alien hypothesis, how the Nephilim helped out mankind. and helped him grow and had taught him the way, things and whatnot, and that was going off of, which I always thought that was an interesting hypothesis anyway, and it's just neat to see that. But when they showed creation, I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah. The way the angels, the watchers fell.
You don't see that until about
midway through, I think.
Yeah, 3/4 of the movie.
And then the whole building of the ark. The ark looks really, really neat. I thought it looked great.
It's a sturdy,
well built.
If it had hit the iceberg, the Titanic, it wouldn't have sunk.
And the pitch, they even were.
Man, that was crazy.
That was cool. Yeah, they put the pitch on the. If you don't know, they in the Bible says that when they built the ark, they covered it with hot pitch, which is basically tar, and that made it waterproof. It never actually went into details as to how Noah knew how big to make it. They didn't cover that.
Well,
or maybe
I feel like it was like
a sixth sense
photographic memory, because remember that one dream sequence?
That's right.
They showed the ark from above. He was in the water, and he's looking up, and it showed the ark, and you see the outside of the ark, and then all of a sudden the ark outside is stripped away, and there's nothing but beams and stuff. So I feel like, my opinion is that he was going off a photo reference.
Saw that. I could see that.
But I mean, that's my opinion.
The whole little nitpicky things I'll get into, which they're not a big deal. They actually work for the story, but Tubal Cain's character is an actual character that existed. Whether or not he clashed with Noah, I mean, we don't know that. It's not really talked about. The fact that he stowed away, I thought was... I thought, you could have done without that part.
To me, that was just filler.
It was filler stuff.
It was extra stuff. It was a hole. It was a rabbit hole that they dug, and it eventually led to nowhere. So
yeah, they had to crawl back out of it.
Yeah, and it does lead to nowhere.
And that no, I don't remember this, but in the movie, Ham has quarrels with his dad, and he ends up leaving at the end.
Yeah.
Is that how it went? Do you remember?
The Bible?
Yeah. I don't remember.
Noah cursed one of his sons.
Okay, that was...
because he was the one that looked upon Noah when he was naked and didn't avert his eyes.
That was probably Ham.
That was Ham. But I know he cursed Ham.
And then when there's a scene at the very end when, after they come off the ark, Noah is pretty shaken up about everything, and he immediately finds grapes, makes wine, and gets shit-faced.
Pretty well, yeah.
And gets naked. That actually is in the Bible, but it doesn't take place until a lot later, after they had already built houses and whatnot, and he didn't get drunk.
Well, in the movie, it showed that he found it almost looked like he got wild grapes.
Yeah.
In the Bible, they actually planted
vineyards. Yeah. So I mean, but it helped us. I mean, it was all for story purposes, which it's not really a big deal.
Either way, it was accurate.
Yeah. There was that. Noah, on the ark, Noah gets a little stir crazy. He starts getting a little psychopathic. Emma Watson, was it Elah? Her and Shem, Enoch blesses her. When they found her as a child, she was barren because she had been stabbed in her gut. Probably it penetrated her womb. And she can't have children until Methuselah, there we go. Methuselah gives her his blessing, he heals her, and she's able to bear children. So her and Shem, she gets pregnant. And Noah begins to believe that, even before that happens, he believes that all men are wicked, and we're not meant to survive this flood. So once we're back on the ground after the rains are gone, we're all going to die by choice. So we, and then finds out she's pregnant. Well, he goes crazy. He's like, if you have a son, we'll let him live, but if you have a daughter, I'm killing her the moment she escapes your womb, because, you know, we can't have any more kids. Which, that's not biblical, but, I mean, come on, story purposes. And then in the end, she has twin girls, and Noah is going to kill them, but then he has a change of heart, and he can't do it.
Random fact, Noah was 600 years old when
yeah, that's right.
when the floodwaters hit. So, you know, they're like our very own elves back then. So
yeah, and another random fact: the ark took, according to the Bible, the ark took 100 years to build.
Yes.
And I think in this, it only took them about 25 years, 30 years. Well, the Nephilim were helping them. The Watchers were helping them build. Which, hey, it could have happened for all we know. We don't know. The Bible doesn't tell us everything. It only tells us just the bare minimum. It's like it's basically an outline of what happened. The highlights. So for all we know, the Watchers could have helped them build it. Are you reading the Bible?
No, I'm trying to find that
Passage?
about the sons, the three sons.
Oh,
And
Shem.
when he was laying naked.
Yeah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth.
Yeah, I'm trying to find if he cursed him.
I don't remember that. But it was still interesting how they did it. I guess in a way to sum up the film, think Lord of the Rings meets Titanic meets Mad Max. That's how I would interpret the film. Someone had said, is it an action film? I wouldn't call it an action film per se. I don't know. It's
like drama.
It's a drama with a lot of fantasy mixed in.
It's a drama slash action.
Yeah.
It's got a good mix of
a
lot.
And people, some people, okay, this film, for one thing, I wouldn't exactly call it blasphemous. It's not blasphemous. It wasn't to me anyways. But a lot of your hard-nosed, Bible-believing people are going to watch this, and yeah, they're going to get pissed. They're going to say that it's not biblical, and a lot of them are anyways. But you know, it was. I still thought it was a really good movie. I had something else I was going to say about it. Never come back to me. But, you know, I mean...
Okay, so, according to Ham, I'm trying to think. This is the King James Version.
Okay. No, I don't mind at all.
Alright. So, so this is after Noah went and drank wine, and I'm just gonna really quickly read this. Noah woke from his wine and knew that what his younger son had done unto him. And he said, Cursed be Canaan, a servant of servants shall he be unto his brother. So basically he called him Canaan. So, anyway.
I don't know.
And he said, Blessed be the Lord God of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servant. God shall enlarge Japheth, and he shall dwell in the tents of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servant.
Okay.
And Noah lived after the flood 350 years.
And then died.
And all the years of Noah were 950 years, and he died.
I was about 20 years shy of Methuselah. He was 960-something years old when he passed.
So it seems like he changed his name to Canaan. He changed Ham's name to Canaan and then cursed him and told him he will be the servant.
I know one thing I was going to say. That whole scene when the floodwaters come and you see the fountains of the deep erupt was freaking awesome. That looked really good.
That is the type of destructive force that I've always pictured the flood.
Yeah.
You know.
Because prior to the flood, it had never rained on Earth.
Yeah.
They didn't know what rain was. So, and you know, not only did the rains come down, but the fountains of the deep, it says they erupted, like, God, you know. And there's a theory that pre-flood there was actually a layer of water covering the earth, and there was another atmosphere. And that would have been what probably had come down.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, what really struck me as cool. I'm a big fan of, like, like vast scenery. So like, I mean, I'm looking at landscapes.
Oh, it was beautiful.
The sky. Okay, back then there would have been no pollution.
So you saw the stars in the daytime,
in
too.
the daytime, you saw beautiful colored
that was
stars.
Cool. I like that. That was pretty neat. No smog, no...
That was a cool artist
nice little touch they put in.
Yeah, that was really cool. I love seeing that.
And then another thing that you never really think about, when I think it talks in the Bible about when the rains were coming, they could hear them pounding on the outside of the ark, wanting in. And then when they're actually floating and all those people were on that big rock, they were screaming and wailing.
They're at the tip of a mountain.
Yeah, and that was really, because you never really stop and think about how they felt actually being in the ark, and they could hear all those people outside screaming and crying and whatnot. I'm sure it went on for a long time until the floodwaters. And I thought it was cool too, because the Bible says they were in the ark for a year, and they pretty much were in the movie.
Yeah.
Because the whole time was Eli got pregnant and during the children's school, now we know what happened to the dinosaurs. Tubal Cain ate them all.
As the beasts came in, they would come in hordes. First the birds.
And
then a couple days later, the snakes came.
Snakes and lizards and Komodo dragons and whatnot.
Which I don't know why, man. I would have just chopped their heads
everything
off.
that creeps and crawls and slithers.
And then, so since that time, since the snakes, Tubal Cain.
Yeah, Tubal Cain.
Him and his vast group of people had camped out in the spores. Well, during that time, the beasts like the bears, the freaking four-legged mammals, and big reptiles, whatever came, they all came. And as they were coming through the forest, Tubal Cain's men would kill them and eat them, because it seemed like they were pretty hungry, and they were freaking crazy. And so
wickedness of man.
Yeah, and yeah, I think that crack a joke, something about there's all your dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what happened to all the dinosaurs.
They're all gone. They all got eaten.
They all got eaten.
A lot of people, like your hard-nosed Christian people, were saying that this movie, it's nothing more than the director is trying to push an environmentalist message and an atheistic message.
Like Avatar.
Yeah. I don't see that at all. People said that the creator, he's not even talking about God, he's talking about Mother Earth. Well,
that was before.
He wasn't. He was referring to the creator as a him.
Yeah.
The creator, because you gotta wonder, back in the day, did they even? I doubt they called him God.
I doubt it. They didn't really start doing. When did they really start?
It wasn't until a lot later, I don't think.
They didn't have the sacrifices back then.
No, they didn't. They didn't do burnt offerings. No, that wasn't until.
Well,
or did they do burnt offerings?
They did. No, when they got off the ark, they offered up an incense or whatever, altar. But as far as, I don't know, Cain and Abel, they were doing offerings.
Yeah.
I really wish they'd show Cain.
That would have been cool.
I wanted to see the life.
Actually, I don't know if Cain was alive at that time. I don't think I think Tubal was of the tribe of Cain. He was a descendant of Cain. As I looked him up, and Tubal Cain was referenced. He's in reference in Genesis, and he's referred to as the one that makes all manner of things with metal and bronze and whatnot. So that could,
there was a tribe, or there was a man that made instruments.
Yeah,
he was the first to make instruments, and then
that was Tubal. Of Cain. But I didn't.
Was that the same person?
I think so.
I thought it was one that was like metal, and then there was one that did stuff.
Well, Tubal was the one of the metal.
Okay.
But
then there was the guy that did like the stringed instruments.
Yeah, I don't know if that was him or not. But this movie, I don't think it doesn't really push it has these environmentalist sort of viewpoints, but it doesn't push anything on you. I mean, this movie, it's pretty apparent who the creator they're referring to is. He's God. So they make that very, very clear if you watch the film. They're not trying to push Mother Earth or anything like that. They're talking about God made the earth. He made us all.
I found it interesting that in the movie the people who are wicked, just wicked, they don't deny that there's a creator.
Yeah, they know he's there.
They know he's there. That he's just the creator's never spoken to them.
They believe that he left us all. He doesn't listen to us anymore.
Yeah. So they just do they are left to their own devices, which
he spoke to Noah, but it was in the form of dreams.
Yeah,
never with an audible voice.
Man.
That still was pretty neat to me how they did all that.
Oh, this is something I read. I'm not sure how true. I'm gonna put it out there so you guys decide or look up, maybe verify it. As far as speaking of whether Adam and Eve were alive or not, I think I read something where that these people figured up all the years and stuff, and Adam and Eve actually would have still been alive
at that time.
At the time of the flood.
Okay.
So
that's possible.
Just a little piece of knowledge. I mean, you just do with it what you want.
I don't know.
I don't hold it to my own canon thinking what I think, but
I thought the acting was good.
Yeah,
I like the acting. It's always a treat to see Anthony Hopkins.
Yeah, he's so good.
He's so good, and
he's funny.
He played it good. Anyone that can play Methuselah, I mean, he's really he's a jack of all trades. He does Methuselah. He can do Odin. Hannibal Lecter.
I still need to see those.
Yeah. Yes, you do. He's never seen the Silence of the Lambs, so.
Hey, I watched the TV show.
Yeah, well, that counts, I guess. That helps.
It's
But yeah, he was great. I thought as Methuselah. But that's really all I have on it. Do you have any closing thoughts?
Go see it. I mean,
I would say go see it.
I hear so much negativity about this movie, and honestly, I mean, I don't know. I think the people who are negative about it are just kind of scared. I don't know. I think they're very insecure.
Very close-minded.
And I feel like you should just go see it, and then just go see it.
I think this movie it will pertain to those who are religious, but with an open mind. It will pertain to the people who like fantasy. It'll pertain to the people who do like action and drama. It's got something for everyone. It's a movie that's based on a biblical story, but it's not trying to push the Bible down your throat.
Yeah.
It's just a really good story that's never been done before, and done by a fantastic filmmaker. Darren Aronofsky is a great filmmaker. He's Black Swan. He did The Fountain. I mean, he's good.
If it offends you, it is because you let it offend you. You let it get too personal. Yeah, it's a good story, if nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, go see it. It's great. Oh man, strobe lights.
I know those things.
That's a secret government thing to
Probably
put you into seizures and brainwash us while we're sitting in a red light. I don't know if you can see the
One World Order. One World Order. One World Order.
three blinks.
But
three blinks.
Yeah, and it's now
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, you could definitely get hypnotized by that thing.
Yeah.
But that's really all I have to say. Final thought: I liked it. Go see it because it really is good. I think you'll enjoy it. It's a good film. It's just a good film to watch. So that's it. That is our little review on Noah. So, as always, this is Long Car Rides with Jesse. I am Jesse Lynn.
Dorran Yoder.
And I will talk to you later. So keep calm and nerd on.
Hard.
Nerd on. That sounds dirty.
It was meant to.